the cash flow, and I'll just sit there and collect $175 a month for the next, who knows how many years, 120 months, that's 10 years. I'm gonna make $21,000 on no money in the deal because I would have had all my money back, and I'm gonna own a piece of real estate. Well, that's how most people get into real estate, okay? Particularly right now with the real estate market hot, you guys are out there buying real estate like, oh man, I'm gonna make money for sure, shit, I'm just gonna close my eyes, blindfold myself, and I'm gonna make some money. But you're making mistakes, and I see it happening every day, and I want you to be aware. What's the title of this video, Johnny?
It is warning. Watch this video.
Warning! Watch this video. Share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors, share it with your family. Watch this video before you buy your first piece of real estate, because if you avoid doing these 5 things, I promise you, listen to me, guarantee, as we say in Louisiana, that you will do a second deal. Why do people not do a second deal? Because they didn't make money on the first deal. So I want you to be aware of these things, okay? Number 1 biggest mistake you're going to make buying real estate is going too small. Okay? You're going to go too small. I know what you're going to say. I know I've heard it all, folks. I've been doing this 35 years. Nobody is going to ask me a question when you call in today at 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Even your TikTokers out there, which probably don't even know how to use a phone anymore, 305-865-8668. Give me a call up. When you ask me a question today, I guarantee you, the question you asked me, I have heard at least 10 times. Many of you are going to tell me, man, I'm starting small because I got to start somewhere, okay? Starting small, okay? Here's the problem with starting small. Yes, you have to start somewhere, but why would you start where you can't make money and you can't exit and you can't cash flow, okay? Here's the problem with 1 unit. It's simple, okay? You are dependent upon 1 tenant. 1 tenant moves out equals 100% vacant. 100% vacant means you have to make the entire note and you are negative, okay? 1 month making a payment can literally wipe out 5 months of cash flow. 1 month of making a payment on your own in full could literally wipe out 4 or 5 months of positive cash flow, okay? 2 units. What happens with 2 units? When you buy 2 units, and you guys are going to do this because you're going to get a 5% down payment loan. You got, what's the lending associations that are like offering you this 5%, 3%, 2 units, 4 units, what's it called? Y'all know what it's called? They don't know. These guys watch my videos every day. They shoot my videos every day. They don't know nothing. Just kidding, okay? So, check it out. 2 units. I could put 5% down. Let's say the units are 200 grand. The 2 units, I could put $10,000 down and I could own 2 units. And the reason you don't want to do that is if 1 person moves out, guess what? You're 50% occupied and you will be negative cash flow. The moment you go negative cash flow, you're in trouble. 4 units. 4 units are very easy to buy. Okay? 1 person moves out, you're 75% occupied. You're probably going to break even on your debt before your expenses. 2 people move out, you're 50% vacant. Now you got a problem, okay? Single family, duplexes, and fourplexes are the number 1, or number 2, and number 3 categories of properties that went back in 2002. Why did they go back? Because they don't produce enough cash flow, okay? Because they don't, 1, you're dependent upon 100%, 50%, or you start breaking, you understand? You start breaking your occupancy levels. You need to be about 95%, between 90 and 95, 88 probably, 88, 93, 94%, 88, 93% to keep a positive cash flow above debt. You want to write this down, above your debt and above your expenses. Property taxes, electric, water, everything, all the expenses of operation, management, taxes, I think I said taxes twice because I hate taxes, okay? And in addition to that, your mortgage. You need about 88 to 93% to be positive there and return some cash flow to your equity, whatever money you put down, okay? So when you do 1 unit, 2 unit, 4 units, somebody moves out, 1 person moves out, boom, you're in trouble. 2 people move out, you're dead, okay? Now watch, here's the other problem with 1, 2s, and 4s. 1, 2, and 4. I could probably take this all the way to 8. It's why in my book, how to create wealth investing in real estate that you can get for free just for watching the show today. Website?
GrantCardone.com/free book.
Okay, you get one free book, GrantCardone.com/free books, how to create wealth investing in real estate. It's going to show you the perfect size deal. Watch what happens with 1 unit. 1 unit at $1,000 a month, 2 units at $1,000 a month, 4 units at $1,000 a month. Okay, that's $1,000 a month, that's $2,000 a month, and that is $4,000 a month. And you're like, man, I could use $4,000 a month. Okay, good. But what if 2 people move out? $4,000's not $4,000. $4,000's $2,000 per unit. Okay, per unit. Do you really want out of $1,000 a month? $1,000 a month. Let's say 30% of that is expenses. That's $300. You end up with $700 a month before your debt. Okay, this is your expenses. This is your income. Okay, now you're making $700 a month before your debt. Let's say your debt on this deal, because you borrowed $80,000. I'm sorry, you borrowed $95,000 on this. You see the note on $95,000. It's $498 a month. About $400 a month. Okay, this is going to be what? $102. That's your positive cash flow. $102 times 12 is $1,200 a year. Do you really want to go through all this trouble for $100 a month? I mean, come on, Johnny. How long would it take me to go on a street corner right now, walk into Publix or some store, and say, hey, could somebody in here give me $100?
Probably 15 minutes.
15? Shit, I'd have 1,515. Look at that video. I get people to throw $1,500 at me. So look, if this is what you're doing, you're like, yeah, but I'm getting positive cash flow, and one day I'm gonna get appreciation. What happens when they move out? And they're gonna move out. The people that you're renting to will not live there forever. Okay? They're not gonna live there forever. So think about the scale in which you're doing. I tell people, look, if you can't make $24,000 a year, the minimum should be $24,000 of free cash flow, FCF, free cash flow. $2,000 a month. You should not invest in any single deal that doesn't provide you with at least $2,000 extra income a month. You want to cut that in half and think a little smaller? At least $1,000 a month of free cash flow. At least, okay? That means you need $12,000 annually to warrant going out and finding a deal, buying a deal, putting your name on a deal, managing a deal, and taking care of it. So number one, going too small is a mistake. Number two, buying on a budget. Buying on a budget, okay? Bring your own bottle. Anytime somebody invites me to a party and says, bring your own bottle, I'm like, that ain't a party for me. Buying on a budget in real estate is a bad idea because you're buying based on the down payment you have. You got $5,000 every single day. Somebody calls me up. Man, what can I do with $5,000? Nothing. Sorry. Okay. Now, if you want to have an imagination, what you could do is you could go to somebody like me and say, Grant, I found a deal in Dallas Fort Worth Marketplace. It's 140 units. I'm stealing it, Grant. The location is sick. Okay? Around it are homes that are $1 million, and I found a 140 unit deal, Grant. Watch, I'm going to show you how to have an imagination with your $5,000. And rather than buying one tiny deal, okay, with $5,000 that you own 100% of, how to go to a guy like me. We do this at our Real Estate Investors Club that meets every Wednesday, by the way, at 12 p.m. GrantCardone.com/club. GrantCardone.com/club if you want to be part of our club. These are serious real estate investors that know how to do what I'm about to do. Okay? Watch. Say 140 units, and this deal's, let me see what I got on this deal. 140 units times, let's say I could steal this deal at $85,000 a unit. It's a crazy location, and this guy's willing to sell it. But this deal is going to be $12 million. Let me just put the big M there. Would you rather be invested in a deal that's $80,000 or $12 million? Of course, you'd rather be invested in a $12 million deal. So just the fact that you only have a little bit of a down payment and no credit, no management experience, you don't know what you're doing. Look, when you see a good deal, when you see a great deal, when you see a phenomenal piece of real estate, okay, but you can't buy it, don't quit. Leverage your $5,000, okay? Call me up. Call people in our club up, grantcardone.com/club, and say, hey, I got this deal. Like, it's in Dallas, man. It is surrounded by $150 million office buildings, okay? It's surrounded by $2 million homes. I can buy this deal for $12 million. This guy's asleep. He doesn't know what his property's worth. Got 2 chillins. They're good kids. They make good grades. I'll give them to you. I'll throw them in the deal as collateral, okay? I'll manage the deal, find the deal, buy the deal. Man, I need your credit line. I need some down payment. And then you leverage the fact that you can manage the deal, find the deal, you found the deal, you got your sweat equity in the deal, and throw your $5,000 in the deal. And maybe what we do is we take this deal that's, what is that? I don't know. It's $85,000 a unit. This thing's probably worth $150,000 a unit in today's marketplace. These deals are out there right now. I just can't get to Dallas. So that's going to be $9 million worth of profit, okay? Let's say if you make 10% on this deal, you turn $5,000 into $900,000, okay? That's why I always say, one deal can change your life, okay? Number 1 mistake, going too small. Number 2, buying on a budget. If you don't have any money, your mind's going to tell you can't buy real estate. You're buying on a budget, okay? You buy Christmas on a budget. You buy birthdays on a budget. You do Valentine's on a budget. You do your groceries on a budget. Do not do real estate on a budget because it will blind you to great deals. You will not be able to find great deals because you only got $5,000. Okay, this is for flippers, investors. Make it look beautiful. Okay, let me tell you what things really cost, just so you know. Floors are going to cost you about $2,000. Cabinet doors, okay? Cabinets, $1,500. Appliances are going to cost you $2,000. You need to put new appliances into place if you want to max out the rents. A light package, new lights. When you start taking the cabinets out, the floors out, the next thing you know, shit, man, I got to paint. I didn't think I was going to have to paint. Now you got to paint because you changed the cabinet doors. A light package is going to be $1,000 because all of a sudden these lights look all stupid and old and beat up. Paint's $1,200. Toilets are going to be $400. Bathtub's $800. Look, man, you ever walk into one of these properties and you see the bathtubs all got all that yellow gook in it?
It's all gunky.
Caulking around the sides. Little ant tracks through the caulking.
DNA all over the place.
DNA everywhere, man. Dead body in there. Pictures of Dexter. Okay. I had to go Dexter. Okay. Hey, you do the interior and damn, man, you got a burn up lawn outside, no trees, little bushes all burn up.
The stump of a tree.
A stump. Landscaping is the fastest way. You're going to spend $2,000 on landscaping. That's if you don't drop any palm trees in there. You know you're going to get carried away when you get over to Costco. You're going to be at the Walmart. Hey, give me some of them geraniums. Give me some petunias. They're actually petunias. Maybe not. I don't know. Plus, who's going to do all this shit? I'm going to do it myself. Okay? You're going to spend more money painting this place. Oh, and we didn't even put in the baseboards. We didn't even put in the little switches for the electrical. Your place looks like shit. Okay? And you're like, hey, it looked better than it did. Of course, you could have spit on the floors and it would look better than it did. Let's keep it real, all right? And you have not paid anybody to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it myself. That means somebody else is going to have to come redo what you did incorrectly. You're a salesman. You're an insurance guy. You're a banker. You're a nurse. You're a doctor. You're a dentist. Worst person to do this is a dentist that does teeth, okay? Okay? He can't even, look, they can't even match the damn covers on my teeth. How they going to paint the damn living room? Okay, number 4, management. Folks, watch what happens on 1,000 units. A $1,200 rent. You know how much a manager's going to want? 10% of the gross is going to go to a manager. You guys aren't even, I'm going to do it myself. Okay? I'm going to do it myself. $120 times 12 is, what is that? 120 times 12 is $2,440. 120 times 12. Yeah, no, it's $1,440. Are you really going to do this to save $1,440 a year? And if you pay somebody $1,440 a year, you think they're not going to steal from you? Oh, yes, sir, they will. You get a phone call. The sewer's backed up, and I got a bid for it, Mr. Cardone. It's going to be $3,500. $3,500. Who's doing it? My cousin. And his cousin and him is splitting that $3,500. So management. You aren't in real estate to manage. You're in real estate to be an investor. Don't go from being an investor to being a manager. 305-865-8668. The lines are loaded. Call us up. Last thing I'll tell you is this: financing. Big mistake people make in real estate. They got a place that's worth $600,000. They paid $180,000 for it. Okay, this thing is cash flowing $18,000 a year, and they're like, man, I'm making 10% on my money, man. Okay, you guys are miscalculating the cost of your money. Financing, going into the deal, exiting the deal, and having what's called trapped equity in a deal. You think you're making 10% because you paid $180 and you're getting $18,000 of net cash flow a year, but the truth is you're not. You're getting a 3% return, okay? On the value of the property, that's one way to figure it out. The value of the property you're getting a 3% return on. If it's worth $600,000 today, on the $420,000 of trapped cash equity, called equity, 18,000, divide that by the 420. Many of you can't even, you're like, man, what's this dude talking about? You're earning 4.2% on your trapped equity. It's called trapped equity, okay? I'll tell you, I got a deal right now. I bought this deal. This is how big deals work. I bought this deal for $29 million. I owe $22 million on it today. This is called this is called my equity investment, okay? This is my EI. I got $7 million down in the deal, but that is not the way to look at the deal. The deal cash flows, let me just give you all the data here. This deal does $840,000 of free cash flow every year, after debt, after expenses, after taxes, and then we'll take the calls, okay, Johnny? Now, my CFO here is like, man, this thing cash flowing good. I said, we got to get rid of this. I said, I either got to refinance this deal or I got to sell this deal and 1031 into another deal. Why? This deal's screaming. I said, look, I just got an offer of $54 million on this property. Okay? I have $22 million of debt on the deal. I have $32 million that only pays me $840,000. This is how you get rich. You start looking at the real cost of your money. I have $840,000 of free cash flow. Great, seems good. That is being produced by $32 million worth of TE, trapped equity. $32 million. Okay, that means I'm actually only earning 2.6% on my money, on my trapped equity. Okay, so you want to just really get honest about your equity. So watch what I'm going to do with this deal. I'm going to 1031 this deal. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to take the $26 million of trapped equity. Is that what I said I had? Yeah, $22 million. $22 million, $32 million of trapped equity. The $32 million of trapped equity, I'm going to go buy 3 times that. I'm going to go buy $100 million real estate. Okay? And I'm only going to earn 4% on this. Now remember this deal back here, I'm earning like 12% on my money right here. I'm going to take a deal where I'm earning 12%. And I'm going to move into a deal where I'm only earning 4%. But watch what happens. Remember this number. I'm earning $840 a year. Because look, at the end of the day, money's money. All right? You want more money or do you want less money? You want more money or do you want a bigger return? I want more money. Okay, so watch. I'm going to take this trapped equity Really, the thing I should do is to refinance the deal, just to be honest with you, but I'm not going to do that for a reason here. I'll tell you in a second, because I got a big, massive deal I want to buy. So I'm going to take the $32 million. I'm going to buy $100 million worth of real estate, or a little more, and I'm going to downgrade my returns. I'm going to downgrade my return to 4% on $32 million. How much would that be? 0.04 times 32 million. That's $1,280,000 a year. Okay, so I'm going to increase my cash flow by 50%, even though I reduced my percentage by 20, like literally 75%. Okay, so I went from a 12% to a 4%, but I increased my cash flow, and I got a better piece of real estate. I got almost 5 times the value of real estate. Okay, there's a lot to cover there. Basically, 5 things you need to be aware of. If you're taking notes, I'll give them to you one more time. Number 1, you're going to go too small. Number 2, you're going to buy on a budget. Number 3, you underestimate the cost of the rehab. Number 4, you're trying to manage the deal by yourself, or get your cousin or your sister or your wife to. And number 5, you do not understand the true cost of money because you haven't actually walked through the financing. You don't get the best debt when you go in. You don't get the cheapest debt when you go in, and then you end up with a bunch of trapped equity. Every Monday I do this show. If you're liking this, if you enjoy this, please hit the little notification button. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I'm doing these shows. Also, if you like the show, please give us a positive heads up, thumbs up. Man, it's good. It's good for me. It's good for us. It's good for you to give back to your Uncle G a little bit, okay? If you don't like the show, please, I beg you, please put what you didn't like, okay? Because I like to see you guys take a minute to criticize on your Uncle G, okay? Please, if my math was wrong, if you think I'm a ding-dong, please put it in the comments. Just don't be a go-along, okay? Say something one way or the other. Every Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Cardone Zone, we come to you. A lot of times we talk about this real estate game because I love it. Next week, I'm going to be doing COVID and the effects on COVID-19. Is it 19?
I guess so.
COVID, the Delta experience.
COVID-50.
The pandemic or the pandemic. What is it? Okay. All right, let's talk to our callers.
All right, we got David in D.C.
By the way, COVID has been one of the greatest things for real estate investors probably in the last 2 decades. Just say it ain't all bad.
All right, you got David on.
David, what's up, man?
Hey, Grant, David, how are you?
Good, buddy. I appreciate you being on hold so long, man. Do you have a question or do you have a deal?
You're fine. I have both a deal and 2 questions.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your deal so I can start looking at it, and then I'll take the 2 questions.
Gotcha. So I'm in DC. The majority of good deals right now are off-market deals that I'm just individually pursuing. So can I just email you the link instead of sharing the address?
Oh. Well, you can, but I'm not going to look at it like that.
All right. I mean, you think it's okay if I share it?
Yeah, dude. I think it's okay if you share it, bro. It ain't a secret, man. Shit. If it's in D.C., somebody knows about it. Yeah. You know the CIA's probably listening to this call right now. They trying to figure out.
Right.
Are you vaccinated?
They're going to get the vaccine right after we get off. Anyway, so the address is 1534 15th Road, and it's in Arlington.
In Arlington, huh? Man, what a tight market that is. 1534 15th Road, did you say, David?
It's 1534 16th Road. I think it might be North 16th.
Yeah, there it is. 16th North Arlington. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the deal. Tell me about it.
It's green and white, right?
Ooh, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, man.
So the location's ridiculous, right? This is a really tight, compressed market. Is that what I'm looking at?
Very tight, very expensive. I'm not going to say overpriced because you just had that discussion about inflation.
Yeah, you know I'm doing a real estate show right now, right?
it is what it is, man. But
That's what I do every Monday. Goddamn, you've been married to me 17, 18 years. You ought to know that, man.
Under market. It's only 15 units, but the thing is like, I know you recommend preferably 32, minimum 16, but the cash flow is so much higher around here than the rents are so much higher than like in other markets. Rents are, they're all 2 bedrooms.
Okay, they're all 2 bedrooms.
Sorry?
Yeah, they're all 2 bedrooms. How many units?
15.
Okay, good. 15 units, all 2 bedrooms. How much are the rents?
About $1,500 a month.
Is it called Arlington Boulevard Apartments?
Yes.
Okay. $1,500 a month, and they're green and white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. And how's the location?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, so who are these people in this image? Can you show this, Johnny? Why am I looking at these people? They come with the apartment? See, that's just dumb. I don't know why people have that. Like, guys, when you look at our properties, you go to any 10X living property, you're not going to see a picture of me there. Like, I don't come with the deal. You jump out your closet at night. Bang!
Yeah. The woman that owns the property is like 76 years old.
Okay.
Her dad built the property. So I wrote her a handwritten letter just expressing my interest in the property. Not an LOI, but I don't know, man. I'm trying to get the deal.
Yeah, so what do you think you need to pay for it?
Now, that ties into one of my questions.
I'm losing this connection, guys.
Indirectly answer your question. So, it's tough because around here,
You got to speak up, bro. You got to speak up a little. I can't quite hear you.
like, I can do the cash flow analysis to come up with price, and I know what the cash or trade for around here. But like, you'll work out a price. I think I probably have to pay $4 million here. I know I'm gonna talk to her and be like, I want 5.5.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. So let me, because he's cracking up a little bit. Okay, let me tell you how this deal plays out. First of all, the rents on this deal are probably too low. Okay, if this is where I think it is, if he's truly got a 10 out of 10 location, there's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,500. There's only 1 left. This is a private owner. They think that they got pictures of themselves on the website. I'm telling you, it's under rented for price. This could be $3,000 a month rents. You cannot base this deal based on what it's producing. So $1,500 a month, 1,500 times 15 units. They're probably full all the time. Times 12, it's going to produce 15 times 1,500 times 12 is $270,000 of income a year. This is how you do the math on this deal. $270,000 of income a year. So it's not a big deal, right? But there might be a big opportunity here in that it could produce $540,000 a year. This deal, is his name David? I think it's David, right? This deal is probably going to trade at a 2 cap or a 1.5 cap right now in today's numbers. You cannot do this deal like in this kind of tight market where as soon as you gave me the address, I'm like, oh man, it's compressed and it's tight. When you get that kind of compression in a hot market where the people that are the powers of the universe are in DC, you know which way real estate is going in those markets. Where liberals live, prices go up. Just look, man, wherever they're heavily Democratic, okay? Wherever you have heavy concentrations of Democrats, LA, New York City, where's we got? San Francisco, Chicago, okay? The people that are supposed to protect get priced out of the marketplace. And that will be true about this little deal you have right here. So these rents are probably, these people aren't going to get rid of this. They probably have no money in the deal. They probably have no debt in the deal. How do you buy it from them? You got to say, hey, what am I going to pay on the deal? 270, they produce a 270. Let's say this thing costs $70,000 a year to manage, and you end up with $200,000 because you're managing yourself. $200,000 divided by 3.5. Let's do $5.7 million. Somebody's $45, $47 million. They're not going to buy it. What do you say? He said, I might